So for these three proofs, we have two premises. Our first premise is P, then Q, or not R. And the second premise will be R and P. And we have to prove Q. So for three proofs, the first thing we need to do is look for the main logical operator so we know where to start. So we have an OR and an AND. And I just like to, as we know, we want to prove that Q follows, and by using indirect proofs methods. So we do not Q, and then we just write the problem down. P, then Q, or not R, and then R and P. So here we can just reduce this to R and P, and I just reduced this, so there's nothing else to do there. So now I just like to bring this down here to make it easier. P then Q, or not R. And as the tree rule said, we have to separate both of them. P, Q, and not R. So here, as we know, R closes already because there's nothing else to do here, because since this is not R, and we have here another R. And P then Q can reduce again to P and Q. And this closes, both of them close. Since here, this P, we can find it over here, and this Q is at the top. So we have three closed paths, which means that there is no way for those to be true. And if there is no way for it to be true, it creates a contradiction, and there are no open paths anymore. So this is a valid argument. It's a valid argument. Since we used reduction method, negated the conclusion, and showed negation in the conclusion, and combined the premises. So this will be a valid argument. So here for this true proof, we have a little bit more complicated because we have three premises. The three which are A then F or G then D, B or C then F, A or E then B and C. We have to solve or prove for D or G. So as I said always, so we want to show that D or G follows. So we use not D or G. And I just like to copy the problem below. So A or A and F or G, then D, B or C, then F, A or E, then B and C. So I like to start by this one, so reduce this one first. So I just, since this then, the rule for this says that we have to, the first part is not A or E. The second part would just be B and C. Then, to reduce a little bit more here, we put not A and not A. And here, B and C would just be B and C. So as we know, this closes already because this A and this not A or E. And this both will be not A and not E. So this just goes back to this part. Because as we know, if it's not A and it's not B, not E, we have here an A. So it just closes because we cannot do anything more with that. So we continue on here, which I like. So since we finished this first part, we're going to work on this. So we just bring it down. So here, B or C, then F. As we know, the rule, we just not B or C and F. Here, not B not C, reduces to that, and F, so as we did here, this part, this both closes, because there is nothing else to do here because of here. And then we just need to do the top part, so this one, and we bring it down here. So A and F or G, then D. And as we know, A and F or G, then D. And as we know the rule here, not F or G and D. And as we did here and here, we do not F and not G, and this closes because of here. And D will be not G, not D and G, not D and not G. And here closes because of here. And this also is a valid argument, because as we know, we have all the closed paths, and that there is that for those, none of these could be true. If there is no way for it to be true, creates contradiction, and there are no open paths, and that is a valid argument.